Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Cube. And this movie came out in 1997, and I've never seen this movie before, and I've heard about it, that it was like a movie that had similarities to the movie Saw, but this movie came out 7 years before Saw came out, and it was always a movie that kind of interested me, and I finally got a chance to see it. And I enjoyed the movie overall. I thought it was good, although there are elements about it that I do appreciate, and there's a lot of charm to this movie. And I like that it was, in a way, kind of small scaled, and it was always interesting to watch, and I was with it. And it is a film that I do think is worth checking out, and it has kind of a fun concept. You get a bunch of people, and they're in a bunch of separate rooms that are like in the shape of a cube, and nobody knows why they're there, and they're just trying to figure out how to get out. And the movie just goes from there, and it's a good movie, and I liked that the movie tries to have characters that are smart and not just stupid. They do put forth some effort into doing that, and there's some good performances in the movie, and I do think that the characters, while not likable necessarily, not all of them I think are likable, I like that the movie didn't have characters that are really cliched and boring to watch, and each character serves a purpose. And the movie is an hour and a half, and it doesn't really waste any time for the most part. And although I didn't really find this movie scary, I didn't really mind it simply because it wasn't trying to scare you in every scene. And I thought the opening scene, which is basically the opening for every horror movie where a character dies and tries to set the tone, and I thought that was a well done scene, and in terms of horror, that's the peak, if you ask me. I did have some issues while watching the movie, and that was whenever characters are fighting physically, I never once believed that they're actually fighting. It's whenever they threw a punch, it looks like the actors are holding back as they no one gets hurt on set. The actors aren't getting hurt on set. And it felt like that's what was going on in the movie. And that was kind of distracting. And there were a couple parts that I found to be a little unintentionally goofy. And you don't really get a great sense of passage of time. And in a way, that's a good thing because no character in this movie has a watch. But at the same time, I don't know how much I believe that these characters have been stuck in this situation for however long they're implying. Aside from their lips being you see attention to their lips, and you can see that they're dehydrated and they're sweating, and that's about it. And they don't really I don't know how long they've been down there, that you never really get a sense of that, which in a way is a good thing. But in terms of their physical performances, I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I did kind of find this movie to be a little forgettable for my own personal tastes, and it has some charm, and I didn't regret watching it. But in terms of movies that I'll be rewatching, this one's nowhere near the top of that list for me personally. And there isn't too much to say about it. It's Saw in a way, but before that, but taken with a different approach. So if this at all sounds interesting to you, then check it out. I did think it was a good movie overall. There wasn't anything that pulled me out of it to the point where I thought it was bad, and I was entertained while watching it. It was not a waste of an hour and a half. I was with it, and overall it was a decent movie that did what it wanted to, and I would say it succeeded overall. So check this movie out. I do think it's worth at least one watch, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Cube a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Cube, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Fly, the remake, directed by David Cronenberg. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.